to study the CELTA kind of quite quickly out of the blue. I came from a pretty well-established career background in aviation, looking for a change, looking to move country, and the first decision was really to teach English, but the second decision was how am I going to achieve that aim. I chose the CELTA based on two facts. One was Cambridge, the fact that it was Cambridge University, it was a brand that I knew, and I knew it came with a certain standard, but also the kind of mix and delivery it generally seemed to offer as a course.
I chose the CELTA because I always thought that it would be a good idea to get an English language teaching qualification. But I also chose CELTA as opposed to other qualifications because I just couldn't imagine how I would ever have the confidence and the knowledge and the experience to get up in front of a class without doing something that was going to be fairly intensive, and I just felt that for me personally, CELTA would be a much better option.
The CELTA course is designed for people who want to become teachers of English, so to teach English as a foreign language or to teach English as a second language in this country.
You get a set amount of teaching practice, you get a set amount of input, but one of the good things about CELTA is it encourages the reflection, and that's made clear. And by that I mean it actually is a course that forces you to think about why you're doing things rather than just spoon feed you what to do.
The course is run in different ways here at International House, so we can offer a variety of different courses that suit people's timetables and the time that they have to commit to the course. All applications are dealt with through the website, so anybody who's interested in the course can find out some information about the courses and when they're available, part-time, full-time, online, all of the information is there.
So most of the courses here at International House London are small groups, so we have up to 15 people on a course, so between 10 and 15 people. So that means that you've got quite a small group to work in. You get lots and lots of one-to-one support as well. And there are 3 tutors, so the groups are normally broken down into groups of 5 if we've got 15 on the course. So there's plenty of opportunity to get lots of personalised feedback for each of the lessons that you teach and for lesson planning as well.
We had excellent tutors who actually were in it for us. They saw us through every step, they encouraged us, were positive with their feedback and negative when they needed to be, but constructively.
They teach using the methods that we're going to use ourselves. So you were sort of learning without realising it. But they were just so supportive and encouraging and gave really constructive feedback.
The main focus is on developing you as a teacher. So each of the lessons that you teach, you're given clear feedback on what you need to develop in order to progress on the course and meet the criteria, obviously.
It was a lot of work, but as long as you're prepared for that, you'll enjoy it.
We have teaching practice classes which students who are recruited specifically to be taught by people on the course, and we're lucky enough to be able to recruit quite big classes usually, so they'll be teaching real Londoners, they'll be teaching people who live and work in London. What
most trainees enjoy is meeting the students. It can be quite nerve-wracking on the first day thinking I'm going to meet the students on the next day, but actually as soon as you meet the students you realise they're really lovely and they really want to learn from you. I think lots of trainees find that very rewarding.
I really loved establishing a rapport with my students. It's just amazing when you're working with a group of people who get on really well with each other and who you feel you get on really well with. So I think that was something that was quite rewarding in the CELTA and continues to be so.
The most rewarding thing about the course really was kind of realising at the end of, say, a teacher training session, they got it, they understood. And you could see the light go on. It was rewarding to see the students actively using what you taught them. So that was probably the best bit.
The course was actually invented here by John Haycraft. Because of that, we've had over 50 years experience of delivering CELTA or CELTA type courses to people who want to go abroad and teach. The great thing about the CELTA, and the reason that I did it originally, is that it does really give you a passport to the world. It enables you to be able to go and work anywhere in the world that you're interested in.
What CELTA gives you is the confidence to deal with the problems as and when they arise. My experience was positive. I found it extremely rewarding, and I think on those two facts alone, I would certainly recommend the experience that I had.
If you want to teach, I would recommend CELTA because I can't see how you'd get the necessary skills and knowledge otherwise. And yeah, definitely International House.